Pozdrav svima sa Lastova I sa Beograda. Hi,
Hello.
Stefan, how are you?
Hello, Didi. Yes, very well. Here in Belgrade, very nice weather. Today is perfect time for enjoy outside, but I am here.
So
I suppose that you are better in close to the seaside, but
yeah,
here is also
I actually
okay.
had a swim today. So Stefan, I'm so happy to be meeting you because you did something really grand in last few days. When did it exactly happen? You filmed actually how many whales?
We were being in the near. This is the island of Vis. We will be very close to the small island of Biševo. This is any place located in the middle of the sea because we take a small boat for fishing day, and we were fishing as usually, normally, enjoying the day. And in one moment we receive any sound, like we say, "What is this?" Because we were completely alone. Nobody was close to us. You can see no boats, nothing very close to us, and then we see some friend of mine say, "This is whales," and I said, "No, this is a joke. This is no place for whales." But when we see, this was a huge. What is the name? Yato in English? Yato.
I don't know. Herd is on the earth. In the sea,
This
I
is
don't
when you
know.
have more than one. In the first sea, I see 4 whales in the direction from Biševo to, I forget the other name, but this is the location.
Well, behind Biševo, there are other islands like Brusnik, Jabuka. Well, Jabuka is further away, so Brusnik, Svetac maybe.
Yes, we were very close to Kamija, to the place, and located between Kamija and Biševo.
Yeah,
maybe 5 kilometers from the coast, from this.
I was truly impressed when I saw your video because these are my favorite places. I really adore these places. I spent some time in Komija, living there over one winter and spring and autumn and summer and all of that. And I loved it. And I spent one of the best moments of my life on a boat going around these beautiful little islands. And I was also lucky to meet dolphins around those places that you are describing. But whales, that's really something that nobody would expect, as you correctly said.
Yes.
So it happened on Sunday, the 30th of April, if I remember correctly, right? Was it in the morning, in the evening? So what time of the day?
We start the fishing day very early in the morning, maybe at 9 o'clock. We start from the small city of Vis, and we have any locations for fishing very good. And all the morning we was changing the location because the fishing day was going nothing special. And in the morning we see dolphins, as you say, maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't remember, but was so far away. And with dolphins, it's very difficult to try to go with boat because they are very fast. Yeah. And we say, okay, dolphins, doesn't matter. This is normal here in Croatia. But with the whales, this is totally different. And this was maybe around 1 o'clock, I think. I have in the video exactly the time and exactly the location. And I start with the telephone to make a small video. And I say, what are you doing? I have the drone ready for this, to try to capture the best video. And the first time I use my drone, and I sent directly the drone to the whales. And the first video is very short. I don't know what happens. Maybe I was very, was not good idea because I try to go very, 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 very close to the whales. And I think that they listen the sound of the drone, and in this moment go in the sea and disappear. This was the first 30 seconds. And I was very disappointed. I returned the drone and we tried to look around to see if it's possible to see them again. After maybe 2 minutes, we again see the whales, but in other position. We switch on the boat and go very fast, as much close as possible to don't disturb this whale, because I think that the noise is very problematic with him. We switch off, and immediately I take a new battery in the drone I put, and I send directly the drone to the whales. In this moment, we see more than 5 whales, maybe 10. And when I start to film with the drone, this was amazing, because I tried to film one, maybe another one, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6. And I was completely with my shaking hands, because I don't know where to go, you know? This is moment when you are not sure what is the best solution, what is the best video. And what did you see? You see my video, 4 minutes. This is all that I filmed in this moment. Was very difficult, because the moment is very exciting, you know. This is the first time in my life that I see whales. This is the first time in my life that I use my drone for this. And this was incredible experience for never forget.
So maybe it's not the last time.
I hope that is not the last time, but I will a few hours later, when I put the video in YouTube, call me one person from Vis, one marine biologist. And he told me, please, I want to drink a coffee with you, we talk, and I say, okay, tomorrow in the morning we will talk, we will meet anywhere to drink coffee and to talk. And he told me the next day that he are living 10 years in Vis, and he is from the one marine site, I forget the name, specialist for whales and dolphins and the marine life. He told me that the 10 years he are trying to make a video for the whales, and only one time from the boat, but so far away. And he told me, you are very lucky, man. You are the first one who make the video with drone, and the only one who make the video when you catch a big complex of whales, more than 5, between 5 and 10. This is incredible. This is the most incredible thing. This is the reason that what I suppose the video was a big exit, you know, in all the televisions.
Because it does happen in Dalmatia that we hear about a whale or maybe 2, but I don't think I ever heard about more than 2 at the same time. So this is really extremely blessed moment that you experience. Now, could you tell us about how it feels to actually connect with these animals? Because when I had the contact with dolphins, we all are deeply touched after that, and we can say that really we observe changes that happen on our physical body and on our maybe emotional body. So how did it feel for you to connect with these animals through this experience?
The first thing is that I never expect that this situation will happen. I never expect that I will see whales in the middle of the sea. I am not prepared for this. I don't know what to do. The first thing was put the new battery in the drone and send it to make the video. This is the better solution. With the first video, I told you, it's not possible to make the video very close because this is disturbed for these animals. In the second video, I was maybe around 50 meters from the level of the water of the sea, and I think that was enough. But I think when in the first time when we try to go very close to them by boat, I think that they disappear. I think that the noise is very disturbing for them. And I know that you have in internet any videos then when they close very close to the boat, maybe 1 meter, maybe you can touch. But in this case, I think that this was not possible. The interesting thing was, in the first moment, I make the video one small group, maybe 3 or 4. But in other location was another group, also 3 or 4 or 5. And the final video is the place where these 2 groups meet in one big group. This was the amazing thing that this biologist tried to explain to me, how this is incredible. Because we find 2 groups, and the video is the moment when they meet in one point.
Were they adults only, or were there baby whales?
The biologist, he told me that he analyzed the video and that see any small one, like not baby, but small one.
Maybe teenager.
Yes. And it's very fun. I think in one moment when you see the video, you see the whale is rotating to the left and looking, maybe it's looking for the noise or for the drone. I have the feeling that he's up, look, and looking to me and returning.
So people described it as a very special experience if you can see the eye of a whale. So did you actually really have eye contact with one of them?
I think that yes, in one moment you can see in the video, this is very short time, but I am completely sure that the whale listen the noise and try to look by eye if something is happening outside. But the drone is very small, and I think that they know there is nothing important in return and continue.
And later it was determined that they were coming from the direction Lastovo, right? Who actually?
I try to remember the direction from where to where. My friends from Makarska, they told me told me exactly the name, but I forget now the destination. Lastovo. I cannot remember the name.
Archipelago or something, yeah. Well, later on, these information that you might be able to remember, we can just write down under our video.
Yes, of course,
we provide more detailed
I
information.
have one photo. You know, when you talk the photos with the telephone, you have exactly the location where the photo was made. And this is the how to see where I make this video. But it was very close to the small island of Biševo.
And when you talked with the biologist, so he mentioned that they would observe whales on this location, right? It just wouldn't be so many, and they wouldn't be able to have this kind of footage, yeah? But they would be seeing whales on this location, yeah?
In the Facebook, there is a site, Marine Live in Croatia, something like this, and they have a video. And they have a video.
There are some theories which describe that when you are meant to connect with a dolphin or a whale's consciousness, you might feel the connection already before it actually happens. So was there anything special about the previous night or evening or, you know, the few hours before all this happened? Was there anything special, or it just came out of a blue?
I think that maybe this is only any kind of theory, you know.
So it wasn't in your case, yeah? Like this.
I am not sure. I don't know what to tell about this.
Okay. Good. So
maybe if the dolphin or the whales are very close to me and I can touch, maybe in this case, I can tell you something about this. But
okay. So what are your next plans? When are you going fishing again? We all want to know. We might want to join
our
you.
Friend, the biologist, told me, please, the next year, come again. I will go with you because Maybe
We all will.
you are the happy man, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe then we talk about the next destination was Lastovo,
Oh,
because there is
perfect.
also a beautiful place. But I think that the next will be again Vis,
Mm.
because Vis is for me is very beautiful island, because I love all this historical heritage, and in Vis you can find a lot of interesting things for the time of Cold War, you know,
Yeah,
during
I know.
the
I know.
Yugoslavia and army and all this, during TikTok.
Yes.
And I have amazing drone footage with these localities, you know, with the what is the name, missile launch.
Yeah. Lastovo had a similar military history, so it was also for a long time closed for public, and it was used for military purposes. It's similarly wild as Vis, but there is even much less inhabitants than in Vis. And so while Vis has already become very popular touristic destination, both for
Yes,
sailors and fishermen and standard tourists, Lastovo is still actually waiting to be fully discovered. Yeah, I would say. So
yes,
you are definitely invited here. And yeah, contact
of
me if you
course,
are going.
of
I would love
course.
to join you also. Stefan, tell us also a little bit about yourself. We talked about the whales, we talked about this island. Now, what about your path? You have some very interesting background. Could you share a little bit?
You mean about
Your origins and
my
where you
origin?
live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my father was from Colombia, from Bogota, and he comes to Belgrade in the early 60s and 70s, meet my mother, and after this I was born in Colombia, and I live in Colombia my first 25 years, and I decide to go touristic to Belgrade. I meet my wife, and I stay here in Belgrade to live. My wife have a sister. Her sister is living in Makarska the last 10 years. And we every year go for summertime to Makarska. And I have a very, very good friends in Makarska. And this is my team. We are 5 men that every year change the destination and go for fishing, you know. And this is a tradition. And we will see for the next years. Maybe the next year we will be Lasto.
Incredible, because in your story you mentioned a lot of these places where I used to live. So Makarska is another place where I spent two and
Yes.
a half years, mostly guiding people to Biokovo Mountains, and so
Yes, I
amazing.
have
And
a lot of nice drone filming from Biokovo. I was in a lot of places in Croatia, in Istra, Plitvica, Jezera, Zagreb, in a lot of Dubrovnik,
and
in a lot of places.
you have children. What did your children say about your footage?
Yeah, my children was very happy with this. I have a small daughter, and during this day she stay in Belgrade because she have any school school obligation, and he don't came with us. And he told me, "Oh, this was a big mistake, you know." But I say next time.
I will tell you a story from Makarska Riviera with my son, because when he was, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, now he's almost 10, yeah? So I was walking around with him, I think it was in Živogošće on one of these beautiful beaches, and we were having this chat. And he was asking me about dolphins and whales. And I know that children are just magicians, they are able to hear everything and see everything and talk to everything. And I just told him, like, if you really want to see a whale or a dolphin, you can try and connect with them and call them. And we were working with that for a little while. And because when I arrived, at first I lived in Brist, close to Gradac. And I was always
Yes.
asking around about whales, and people were like, you are crazy, what would whales do here in the Adriatic? And I would be all the time asking about them because I would feel them. I can also feel a little bit like a child. I can feel the bubble that actually stays behind a whale or a dolphin. So I knew they would be passing at some point. And people were just thinking that I'm crazy. I'm so happy that you proved I am not crazy. Anyway, my son was trying to talk to the whales. And then, in 2 days, there was an article about a whale passing Hvar, which is very close, actually, to the coast. Yeah,
I think this is the road, you know.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because you have the biologists try to explain me that they need food, of course, this is normal, and they try to go very close to any big ship, and maybe this is the possibility to find good food. And the perfect location is open side, but very close between the islands. This is the perfect, not very close to the coastline, as you say, Makarska and this part. No, between the island is very possible that you will see, because this is next normal place for the whales.
Yeah, and knowing, these islands around, I think really Lastovo is a perfect island for them also to swim around, because Lastovo doesn't really have these typical touristic beaches. It's a wild coast, all of that together. There are just very few, maybe, I don't know, 5 places where tourists could swim in this traditional way. Other than that, I'm actually planning to swim around the island. And it seems to be quite a challenge, especially without a boat, because really the rocks are pretty sharp and going really deep right at the beginning of the sea. So, yeah, I think
this is the perfect location for fishing. Usually when we are in the land, we try to find this kind of location. Very difficult to access to this location, very high, very sharp, very stones, and very deep sea. Absolutely. Very close.
So the fishermen of this are world famous, as well as the producers of fish cans and
my friend
like
Vicko.
That.
You know Vicko?
I don't know Vicko, but maybe if I see the face, but I don't remember.
Vicko is a fisherman from Komija, and he have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
he is my friend, and he is a very good fisherman.
Great. So
and he told me when see the video, oh, I am living 20 years here, I never seen the whales, and I am coming every day, all the time of the year, and I never see the whales. You are a lucky man.
But I think how you attracted the whales is this energy of joy. I mean, you are a very joyful person, one could say, from just speaking to you for a few minutes, and that's what I noticed. That's what also dolphins like very much, because as much as I can hear dolphins when I was on some, these formal observations of dolphins, and people would be too much controlling their emotions and things like that, then the dolphins are not so interested. Dolphins, and I think whales also, they just want us in the very natural, authentic way. Yeah, when we express our feelings, our emotions, and of course, joy is one of the highest vibrations which we can produce as people. So that might be really attractive for whales, I think.
I think that with the dolphins are very, it's not so difficult to see the dolphins in this area. I think that I see many times dolphins, and for me it's something normal, I think. But as I told you, I see that maybe 20 meters from me. I never touch a dolphin. I think that maybe is that you touch, you can feel this kind of energy. But as I told you, the whales is completely different, because I never expect.
You can feel it from distance also. My first connections with dolphin consciousness were just without seeing them. It's just like you feel
them. Just the idea that you see, look, hundreds of meters of me are any kind of animal that is 30 meters long, huge, and you see you see this energy. This is incredible. You just to feel this moment is something very beautiful. For me, it was amazing. I say this was one of the happiest day of my life.
I believe you,
because it's incredible.
I wanted to finish this thought about the fishermen of Lastovo, that maybe they are not as famous as their Vis colleagues, because Vis was very successful in exporting the fish also ever since, I mean, since the end of 19th century, I think already. But Lastovo maybe hasn't been exporting so much, but yeah, we've been eating amazing fish here also.
Hey, I have one more experience.
Mm.
This day, we were very happy and very euphorious, but the fishing day was nothing special, small fish is nothing special. Around 5 o'clock, sorry, more, maybe 6 o'clock, we say, okay, that's it. The last launching in the water, and we will see. In the last launch, I catch something, and the deep was maybe around 200 meters, very deep. And I feel very strong energy, and I try, and I was very tired. And I say, okay, out. I try to take out the fish, but my hands feel the pain, feel without energy. And I say, please, fish, take out, release. But no, and I tried, this was 5 minutes. And what was my last fish? Maybe you know? Champierre.
Oh,
1 kilo.
Not bad.
And my friend say, you are definitely the lucky guy. Champierre, first. This is the first time that I catch Champierre, and big one, 1 kilo. This was incredible. This was the sweet part of the day, the last part.
Just to inspire you, I think these days, this weekend and the next weekend, I think the fishermen here at Lastovo are fishing for blackfish.
Uh-huh.
That's
Blackfish.
some tradition I have not yet tried, but I've heard, and I hope maybe next weekend I will have a chance to be part of that. And I think in a few days also lobsters are again
Yes.
allowed to be caught and eaten and enjoyed. So yeah,
Lobsters.
Yeah.
Maybe any day.
Yeah. Okay, Stefan, thank you so much for
Thank you to
sharing
you.
all this with us. And I don't know if you have anything else to tell to whoever will be watching this video full of joy, then tell us.
No, I think it was very nice to talk with you. Sorry for my English. I am Spanish speaking region, and also I know the region, the language for this region, and my English is not so good. But I hope that the people can feel what we feel during this day when we have the encounter with the whales, because it was really amazing. And I hope that the people will enjoy the video, because we will be in YouTube for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best to you.
Thank you to you. Was a